Would you like to make a beautiful flower wreath? That is exactly what we're doing today. Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. My sweet sidekick here is Louie, and we are going to be using a bicycle wheel wreath form, one roll of 21-inch Deco mesh, a few other things, and poof, we are going to have a gorgeous, gorgeous flower wreath. So without further ado, let's get started. Here are the few supplies we're going to need for this wreath, starting with a full roll of 21-inch Deco mesh by 10 yards. Then we're going to need something green for the petal, a contrasting decorative mesh. I love using this one. This mesh has the little snow in it, and it is very soft and thin. Very nice mesh to use. They usually have this in the seasonal areas during the holidays, so definitely grab some of these. And I think this yellow is going to look beautiful with the pink Deco mesh. I'm going to be using this little center for the wreath. It measures at 7 inches in diameter, and I think it's going to work nice with this wreath. A pack of zip ties. I'm going to be using 36 for this wreath. That includes the petals and to cover the back of the wreath. The ones I'm using are 6 inches in length. And of course, we're going to need a bicycle wheel wreath form. This one has 12 spikes. It lays nice and flat, and it's going to make for a gorgeous flower. When it comes to our Deco mesh, I'm going to be cutting it into 10-inch strips. This roll will make 36 because 10 yards equals 360 inches. 360 divided by 10, because that's how long our Deco mesh pieces are going to be. That's going to give us 36, but we only need 30. If you want to add extra, you will have 6 extra you can add to your wreath form. The first thing I'm going to do is straighten out my Deco mesh, and then off I go, cutting 30 pieces at 10 inches in length. They're not long enough to curl up, so I'll just carefully put this in my laundry basket on the side. Another 10 inches. It's that easy, my friends. When it comes to our decorative mesh, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to be cutting it into 6-inch strips, and you're going to need a total of 18 pieces of this fun decorative mesh. Sweet little square. For this next part, I got my tempered glass cutting board, a wood burning tool, and that's because I'm using poly mesh for the leaves. If you're going to use a mesh that's on the nicer side like this, then you may not want to do this, but I'm doing this to prevent fraying. First things first, I'm going to put this Deco mesh. You could use whatever Deco mesh underneath. That's really not going to show too much. What I'm going to do is melt both of these pieces together so that the poly mesh, which is the green one, is going to be stronger. We're just going from top to bottom, melting both of these right on top of each other as we're going down. By this piece, you can see how it melted together nicely, making sure both of the pieces are lined up nicely. Going to go to 10 inches on my mat, and you're basically going to need 3 pieces that are 10 by 10. I am going between 2 rows, paying attention to the top row, of course, from top all the way to the bottom. My first leaf is done. I'm going to make 2 more pieces that are 10 by 10. Now it's time to make our beautiful flower. We're going to be working outside in, and the first thing we're going to do is grab our zip ties. I'm going to put a zip tie on every single one of my spikes. When you put the zip tie on, make sure you hear a few clicks, and that's it. Don't put it all the way because we need to fit our little petal through each one of these zip ties. I have my first row of zip ties on for a total of 12. Then I'm going to grab 3 more, and I'm going to do the leaves. I want to kind of get those over with. So same thing, a few clicks. The leaf zip tie, I'm tying on the outside row. So I have this little section 1, then skip 3 sections, 1, 2, 3, put it on the 4th. Skip 3 sections, put it on the 4th. That is if you're doing 3 leaves. Grabbing the little piece I prepared for our leaf, I'm going to do kitty corner to kitty corner, set it up like a diamond, and just scrunch. Then we're going to bring the petals in, pinch it about an inch, and if a little bit of the yellow shows, you know what? That is all right, because leaves are not one solid color. Alrighty, friends, about an inch in, and zip tie. Nice and tight. Cut the tail off, and then I'm going to attach the other two. I think the leaves are going to be really, really pretty, and they're going to fray less because of the way we cut it. Our leaf petals are on. Now we can get to the flower petals. The way we're going to do this is lay our 21-inch mesh out, and I'm going to start bringing it to the center. We're going to fold in our factory edges, and then the other side we're going to overlap just a teeny bit so we can bring this whole petal together. Doesn't have to be an inch or anything, just so it's overlapping enough to stay together. When I have my center, I'm going to bring this bottom part, which is the cut edge, to the top cut edge. Then I'm going to put it sideways, straighten it out, make sure I have all of those little ends, and then we bring it together. Bring it together all the way up, and we have our first gorgeous little petal. Put it through one of our zip ties and tighten it up. I love working with this wreath form because we can adjust our petals depending on what we're doing, and we can bring it out a little bit if we have to. Right now, all I'm worried about is making our petals and attaching them to the wreath. 12 on the outer row. Find my center, bring in one factory edge towards the center, the other factory edge towards the center, overlap them a little bit, and then factory edge goes to factory edge. Now we're going to lay everything out so that we can bring our petal together beautifully. Just line everything up. If you feel like you need to hold it together with a clip, you can definitely do that while you're adjusting the other side, and then we can just collect it and attach to our wreath form. That is it, my friends. Super easy, super fun. All I want to do is to make sure that all the ends are on this side of the zip tie and they are secured in. I did 4 petals already, and I decided to clean them up a little bit. So let me just take these tips off. And then I'm grabbing a good pair of scissors, and I'm going to cut off some of this madness, some of this fraying, so it's nice and clean. I feel a little better. All the tails are cleaned up, and now I'm going to continue adding the flower petals to the outside row. The outside row is done, and we have the beginning view of our flower. Next, we're going to add another row of zip ties. I'm doing the same thing, a few clicks, leaving it alone, a few clicks, and leaving it alone. 12 zip ties all the way around. All 12 zip ties are on. I have my first little petal all set to go. But starting on this row, what I'm going to do is every other petal, I'm going to insert that decorative mesh. I have my decorative mesh, and all I'm doing is I'm going to grab one side. They should be 6 by 6 anyway. Going to grab one side about an inch in and collect like a little accordion here. Put it in the zip tie it to the wreath form. Let's cut the tails on these. And that's it. Now it's a repetitive process of petal and then yellow one of these pieces. Petal, yellow, all the way around. Let's do another petal together. Bring in one side, bring in the other side, overlap it just a little bit, fold it in half, straighten out the rows, and bring our petal together all the way up. There we go. Attach it to our next zip tie. Nice and taut. Then we have our next piece. Bring it together and attach it to the next zip tie. That's it, my friends. And I think this yellow is going to look so pretty against the pink. All done with the second row from the outside, and I have to speed this wreath up because Rocky has discovered that I'm working with zip ties, and lately he has been a fan. While I'm making this wreath, I have been fighting off Rocky. Next, we are going to put another row of zip ties, all 12. Our third row is going to be the same as our second row, except where we have the pink, I'm going to attach the yellow. And where I have my yellow, which is the decorative mesh, I'm going to have a pink petal. This way we're just layering things on and it's going to look beautiful. I have my first petal of my third row, and now I'm going to look for the yellow little decorative mesh, and that's where I'm going to attach my pink petal. Grabbing a decorative mesh, I'm going to attach it where I have my pink petal. And I'm going to put the yellow behind the pink. Now you can see the waves of the yellow and the pink going in throughout the wreath. We're going to repeat this all the way around. 3 rows are done. This is what it looks like in the back. So you can see this is row 1, 2, 3, and we are about to add our 4th and final row. Same thing, we're going to do 12 zip ties, but this time where the pink petal is, we're going to put the little yellow decorative mesh, and where we see the decorative mesh, we're going to put a pink petal. So it's going to be just like row 2, except in the center. I'm going to get going and finish up row 4, and then we'll do the center. The flower is all done. All 4 layers are on. Look how pretty this came out. Now we're going to grab the centerpiece, and that's just going to go right in the middle. You could definitely do something else. If you don't have a center, I have an idea for you guys, and I'll attach the video where I do this in the description box. All you have to do is grab some 5.5 or 6-inch Deco mesh, cut it into, I don't know, about 15-20 inch pieces, make cruffles and attach to the center. It's going to give you a bright, beautiful center. But for me, I wanted this natural looking flower. I decided that I needed a different wreath for my front door, and that's because I have these planterns that I did. It's in the shorts how I did this, and I need something to match those cascading flowers, and I think this would work beautiful together. All right, I'm going to just pop the little tag off, and I'm going to attach 4 pieces. The reason for that is we have 12 spikes, and if we do 4, that's going to be a nice way to center it. 2 pieces of pipe cleaners. Cut them in half. It's going to give us 4 pieces. Then fold these in half and make a little flat part right here. Next, I'm going to grab 4 pieces of felt that are about 1 inch by 2 inches or smaller. A little bit of hot glue. Our pipe cleaner right on top. Then our hot glue going from top to bottom and across our pipe cleaner. And then our piece of felt right over that. This is just all going to melt together, and it's going to make for a fantastic attachment. The pipe cleaners are all on. Now I'm just going to attach, pulling it up 1 inch, giving it a twist. Let's flip upside down. Ooh, I think that looks good. Now that I know the centerpiece looks good, I'm going to flip back and twist those pipe cleaners in place. Decide where you want your hanging loop to be. I don't want it necessarily to be right in the center. I want it to be off just a little bit to the side. Let's put a jute cord on, making a knot, cutting off excess tail, and just flipping that knot to the back. Even though it's going on my door, I decided I am going to cover the back because those spikes can scratch my door, and this Deco mesh is very spiky because it's gathered so tightly. So I'm going to cover the back as always. Let's grab 3 zip ties. I need to refill my little box. That's all I have left. Lay it out in a triangle. and start attaching. When I attach these, I don't make them too tight enough for it to be held in place. Cut off that extra tail and make sure you put the little nub to the back. That's it, my friends. This wreath is all done. I absolutely love it. I'm going to lay out the yellow little decorative mesh nicely, making sure that it's open, and you can make it for fall using orange colors, for spring, for Valentine's, maybe using some red colors. I think this is a great wreath, and it's definitely a fun wreath to make. I wanted to mention one thing. The reason I don't put all the zip ties on at the same time is because it's going to get confusing when you're trying to go row by row. This way, you put in a row of zip ties, you do everything you have to, then the next row, you do everything you have to, next. It's just a lot easier and simpler to make it when you go row by row, of course, going outside in. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye, my friends. Mwah!